Let's record this audio.
So welcome to the March 13th community chat. And I know a number of people have not been able to get on, so it may be a little bit confusing here this afternoon. But I'd like to start out with Bob Ayer has an announcement. Go
Yes,
ahead, Bob.
Yes, I'd like to bring your attention to two upcoming talks that Nancy Vega has asked me to mention. Next Tuesday, our son Andrew will give a talk at 2 o'clock in GMH called Medical Simulation, the present and future medical education. Andrew's an emergency medicine doctor and the medical director of the Stratus Center for Medical Simulation at Brigham and Women's Hospital. In his talk, he'll introduce the field of medical simulation, including how professional actors, sophisticated procedure trainers, and state-of-the-art, highly realistic human patient simulators are being used to teach students and clinicians in order to enhance patient safety. The following Tuesday, I know Jessica will be away at the meeting next week, but the following Tuesday at GMH, Jessica Rossio, who is the director and curator of the Danforth Museum at Framingham State University, will give a talk on Medavo Warwick Fuller, who was a celebrated African-American sculptor very active in the first decades of the 20th century. The Danforth House is the world's largest collection of her works. Katie and I are on the board of the Art Alliance at the Danforth, and we've heard Jessica speak many times. She's a very gifted speaker, and I think it should be a great talk. So I encourage you all to attend. Thank you, Faye.
Thank you. Okay, Prue Thorner.
Thank you, Faye. I'm holding this up as a reminder to everybody, spring is here. And I'm here on behalf of the Garden Committee. The committee members are Dorrit Senior, Susan Nemmons, and myself, and we will be jointly caring for the residents' gardens this year. If you are new to Newbridge, the resident gardens are close to the President's House at 7,000 Great Meadow Road. And when you exit the garage and take a right, they're immediately on the opposite side of the road, down the hill. We're going to have a meeting to welcome all gardeners, old and new. Our meeting's going to be next Tuesday, March the 18th at 2 o'clock. And it's going to be in the library conference room. You need to sign up to have a space. You cannot just wander down there and start gardening. We have 33 spaces altogether, and we only have 3 left. New gardeners, please be aware, you must commit to going there at least once a week in person to garden if you're going to be a member of this group. Please think about coming to our meeting next Tuesday afternoon if you'd like to be part of this. You need to bring $10 in cash or check for supplies. And of the 3 of us, Dorrit Senior is the one to contact if you want to have a space. Dorrit's number is 42607. And if the way things work is if anything in the garden is broken or if the water supply fails, let one of the 3 of us know, and we will communicate it to engineering with a work order. And for gardeners who had a space last year, now is the time to come down and clean out your space. So I'm just going to end by repeating, we will be meeting next Tuesday, March the 18th at 2 o'clock for everyone to sign up for a space in the residence garden. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Prue. Okay, and now Bob Fario, who spoke last week, but is now going to tell us a little bit more about the modified life care option.
Thank you, Faye. So for not most of you, but we had a presentation this past Tuesday, Tara and myself, that was well attended. We had several folks on the Zoom meeting, and we also, allegedly, there were rumors that folks couldn't even get on. So dare I say it was a sold out event. But I wanted to spend a few minutes today just to kind of go over the details regarding modified life care in the program that we have that's upcoming. So as some of you know that had attended the event on Tuesday, we're actually doing an open enrollment period for modified life care at Newbridge on the Charles. And there are certain parameters surrounding this open enrollment that I wanted to go through now. Keep in mind that what I'm about to tell you will also be on a PowerPoint presentation that will be distributed in one of Matt's upcoming newsletters, either tomorrow or next Friday. So keep that in mind. Don't worry so much about taking notes. So as far as the open enrollment itself, the program will run from April 1st to April 30th. That's the important dates to remember. Obviously, if you're interested, I wouldn't say you have to wait till April 1st. So if you just know that the enrollment itself goes through April 30th. As far as payments for modified life contracts, should you choose to enroll, those should be made no later than May 31st. So you essentially have, depending on when you enroll, up to 30 to 60 days to make payment on the modified life care contracts. As far as the contract type for modified life care, it basically follows the entrance fee that you paid when you entered Newbridge on the Charles. So if you signed up for a 90% contract, the modified life care entrance fee will also be 90%, and so on and so forth if you had a 75 or a 50% contract. The offer that we're putting out there to residents is exclusively for current IL residents only. It does not apply for folks that are already in our continuum of care, being whether it's traditional, memory, or our long-term chronic care. And if you are a couple, we are requiring that if you do want modified life care, that you purchase it as a couple rather than having just one buy and one not buy. So it is a requirement that both buy. We see it as a win-win. It's a great opportunity for couples to both have the ability to access healthcare at a discounted rate. And if you recall on the modified life care entrance fee, as I like to call it, it's buy one, get one half off. So for example, on a 90% modified life care for a couple, it would be $225,000. So that'd be $150,000 for first person, and then $75,000 for the second person. As far as the mechanics of how this is all going to operate, if you are interested in the program, again, the deadline to sign up is April 30th. You would want to reach out to Sheila Waxman, and for preferential treatment, tell them Rob from finance sent you. I'm kidding, that you don't have to say that. But Sheila Waxman will be handling the signups for it. If you have questions on how modified life care works from a financial perspective, feel free to reach out to me. You should have my contact info. And then if you have questions about the continuum itself and how a transition through the continuum would work, you can reach out to Tara on that. So that, and then also, sorry, one other thing I wanted to mention is hard copies of the presentation will also be available at the concierge or the front desk at the community center. And one last thing, sorry. We did hear that there were several folks, as I alluded to earlier, that were not able to jump on the Zoom that we had on Tuesday. So if folks are out there saying, gee, they should really have a second session for this, then please reach out to Tara. And if we see enough interest coming, then we can certainly have a second session if you'd like another Q&A with yours truly and also Tara. Thank you.
Okay. Matt, did you have a question?
We have Charlotte.
I've got Matt. I want to give Matt an opportunity.
Oh, thank you. Just a point of clarification for everybody. Modified Life is a program that we established here at Newbridge on the Charles. It affords you the opportunity to have 4 months paying just your IL rate and another level of care, whether it be assisted living or long-term care. And then after the 4 months, it's a 20% discount. And the reason why this program is so beneficial for a lot of residents is because it follows the refundability of whatever contract you signed when you moved in. So if you had a 90% contract, you'll get 90% of that money refunded back to you. In addition to that, there's also tax implications as it is considered a medical expense. So it helps a lot of folks on their taxes as well. So in the end, it technically can cost you very little for a long-term care insurance policy that rarely exists in society anymore. The only reason we can do this is because when people move through the continuum, it allows us an opportunity to have another entrance fee, and the money we make on that entrance fee far outweighs the losses that we would experience through somebody calling on modified life. So it is a really good program for the residents, and it's really good for Newbridge as a whole. So it's a win-win truly for both. And I just want the community to understand the why and why we're offering it and why it makes sense for the community at this time.
Okay, thank you, Matt.
Sure.
So, Charlotte, I'm going to ask you, is this a personal question or is it a general question? Because anything personal, please get in touch with Rob later.
Okay, in general, if you had signed in for the health thing when you moved here, is this the same thing that you signed in then?
So assuming you are, if you're referring to you had signed up for modified life care when you moved in personally,
2018.
yeah, then this is essentially the same product
Okay.
that we're talking about.
Okay, so I don't need any more information.
Okay, good.
Thank you.
All right, Joan Racklin.
Off mute. Hi, everyone. I am yet to be a Newbridge resident, but my husband and I, his name is Seymour Small, and we are moving in on April 28th. And I hope this is an appropriate question, not a personal one, but we are just deciding and planning to, in fact, buy the modified life care. And this is a question I probably would have found the answer to had I read everything carefully, but I've not yet had a chance to do that. But what if you need assisted living down the road and it's full? Is there any way to avail yourself of some of the benefits of the modified life care plan without actually relocating, since Rob just told us, or Matt just told us, that the way it can be afforded is that the expectation is that people will actually leave their units and give them the opportunity to resell or rent it. So what happens if there's no room in assisted living?
Joan, that's a brilliant question. So for starters,
Thank
a
you.
lot of the residents, not a lot, but a good portion of the residents in assisted living and long-term care come from outside of the Newbridge community itself. And so generally, in 95% of the cases, there's conversations happening before a move even occurs. And so we would know that you're looking for a space in either assisted living or long-term care. And we average about 2 vacancies per month in assisted living and many more in long-term care. So there's more than enough availability for our IL residents should they seek and need it.
Thank you, Matt. I don't know anything about the population
Yeah, absolutely.
fluctuations.
Okay.
And I'm looking way down the road, but I was just curious.
It's a
Thank
great
you.
question and one I'm sure others have as well. And I'm happy to be able to answer it.
Thank you, Matt. Thank you.
Looking forward to seeing you here.
And Anna, Anna Marcus.
Wish that Matt would put down on paper what he just said about what the modified plan is.
That
I
will,
haven't seen it written anywhere.
Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, which happens more often than I'd like to admit. But I think that'll be in my letter on Friday.
Okay.
as
Yeah,
part
there
of the
should
PowerPoint.
there should be a slide that basically outlines the definition of what a modified life care contract is.
And to whom it's available.
Yes, should be.
Some of
Yeah,
us have been
yeah,
here
no,
20
that
years more.
yeah, that will be in there. Yes, it will be in there.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay,
Anna.
so we can move on now. And Rabbi Judy, did you want to say something? Wait a minute, I'll unmute you. Okay, go
Thank
ahead.
you. Hi, everybody. I'm very excited about Purim, which is just about an hour and a quarter away from us here at Newbridge. I look forward to not recognizing you, and I'm sure we're going to have a really lovely celebration. I have one more announcement, and I've made it before, but it's worth repeating, and that is on not this Sunday, the following Sunday, the 23rd of March, we're going to have the Judy Markovich annual lecture with Dr. Arnold Eisen, the former chancellor of JTS, who'll be speaking about his personal faith journey and discussing his book called Seeking the Hiding God. It will be from 2 till 3 on Sunday afternoon in Great Meadow Hall, followed by refreshments. So I hope to see you all there. That's it for now.
Thank you, Rabbi Judy. And Nancy Vega, are you on the Zoom?
I'm here.
Okay, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, please. I would just like to give everyone the reminder that this coming Sunday, March 16th, Bob Orkan will not be having his course. So that's the reminder. I will also like to let you know that I will be officially on vacation on a cruise next week, but I am coming back fresh and hopefully tan on March 25th, Tuesday, March 25th. My goal is to have all the flyers up ahead of time for the week that I'm coming back so that you guys literally have all of the information that you need ahead of time. And I'm so excited to see you again when I return on March 25th. Thank you.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, how about Josh?
Yeah,
Where are
thank you very much, Fatal. I have a couple of announcements, and then I'll turn it over to Eileen as well. Similar to Rabbi Judy, we are also very excited for Purim tonight. We have over 100 residents and guests attending, so we anticipate a very fun and festive evening. So looking forward to that. I am going to mention now that Passover information has been added to the dining website, and that's including the menus for the first two Seders, the kosher Passover Seders in Great Meadow Hall. After the end of this call, if there's still time, I may do a brief presentation, orientation on how to navigate and find that information. If we run out of time and today's not ideal, then I will certainly do it at next week's Zoom. I did enter into the chat the direct link to the website, nbocdine.org. The reason for that is we have received feedback that sometimes going through the community app, now known as Uniguest, formerly Touchtown, there are connectivity issues. So if you're trying to register or navigate the website and you have issues and you went through the community app, I strongly recommend saving nbocdine.org as a shortcut. Whether it's on your tablet, your phone, or computer in your browser. We do not seem to have as many issues when residents who are using the website access it directly through the URL. I think those are it for my brief announcements. Faye, later we can determine if we want to try to do a brief orientation. And with that, I'll turn it over to Eileen.
Hi, everybody. Good to see you all today. Just a few things. Josh has bumped forward to Passover, but before Passover, just 3 events I just want to make sure that you're aware of. Obviously, next, we do have the brunch that is down in Great Meadow Hall that Nancy has just mentioned. That is this Sunday coming up. Next Monday, we have our wind down and we're going to Ireland. So I hope you can all see myself and Sharon at the wind down on Monday between 4 and 5 p.m. Monday, March 24th, we are actually changing the menu down in Nosh. It'll be a new menu. So thank you for all who has helped out with that. And then on March 26th, which is a Wednesday, we do have a dairy night in Great Meadow Hall. And we will have a harpist. We'll have some music there as well. So that's at least 3 to 4 events to look forward to with food. So hope to see you all there. Thank you.
Thank you, Eileen and Josh. And does anyone have questions for Eileen or Josh? No? Okay. So we will continue on. Lynette has a few words to say. Lynette, where are you?
Faye, she's
I'm sorry. Lynette
there?
told me that she was having technical difficulties, so she's
Right.
going to do this next week, and she appreciates your patience.
Okay, all right, so then we will go on to Matt.
All right, terrific. Thanks, Faye. Appreciate it. A couple general community updates. You may have noticed that the curtains in Centro disappeared, and then they came back because they were out for cleaning. So now they're back, and I just wanted to let everybody know the mystery has been solved. They are clean, and that's why they disappeared for a little while. Also, the weather seems to be turning, thank goodness. It's very enjoyable to have the sunshine and warmer days. And with that comes our spring cleanup right around the corner. As a reminder, Kevin and the AQBS team will be out there doing the best they can, but it takes a little while to clean up 162 acres. So please be patient. And if there's something specific that you're looking to happen, please put in a work order request with One Stop Shop. Those requests will go directly to Kevin from there, and he'll get to it when he can. At this time of year, I always hear, when are we cleaning up the salt? We will clean up the salt soon. Invariably, every year when we clean it up, we get another snowstorm. So let's hope that this time we clean it up, that's the end of that. On another note, I communicated out that this is Jessica Coleman's last week with us as our Associate Executive Director. In fact, today, for all intensive purposes, was her last day on campus. On Monday, she will formally be the Executive Director of our Simon C. Fireman community in Randolph. We're all so very proud of her. We're excited for her. I think she got a really nice send-off. The one thing about Jessica is she's very private in terms of does not like making a big deal about being sent off. So she was very specific about her requests and the way that we ushered her into her new role. But you will still see her around as a fellow executive director in meetings and part of the HSL team. So she will definitely be missed. Associated with that, some great news. We talked last week that I'd be posting a director of community life position. And the thought behind this position was because it just makes a lot of sense for the community. We're at a point now where all of the teams would really benefit from having one leader totally focused on making sure that community life is as awesome as it can be here. And since that announcement, I've been conducting interviews. I've had some terrific internal interviews. And one person came out and definitely has shined. And we have offered that person a job and they have accepted. So please join me in congratulating our new community life director, Mark Blajewski. I think all of you that know Mark will know that he was born for this role. I mean, he's just going to be beyond exceptional. And he has been a leader from the day he showed up here. He cares so much about everyone in this community, and his moral compass is phenomenal. And so with those things, along with his intelligence and his grit, he's just an absolute natural fit for this role. And we are incredibly lucky to actually have him here already part of our team. And I can tell you as a leader, there's nothing better than when you have somebody on your team that you can just look at and have the ultimate trust in and know that they'll grow and fill a senior role and do it incredibly well. So Mark, congratulations to you. I'm very excited to work with you, and I know this community is thrilled to have you serving in a higher capacity. All right.
Mark, do you want to say something? Is it all right, Matt?
Of course.
Okay.
Hi, Matt. Thanks. Hi, everyone. Thanks, Matt, for the kind words. I'm very excited to take on this role. Since I got here, almost 4 years ago now, and my time before, which led me to Newbridge, I've been nothing but welcomed by this community and just so happy to be working with the solid team that we have here and the residents. And I'm just excited to take on this role and take on some new challenges. And I look forward to working, in a broader scope with my role here. But I'm very excited about the opportunity and really appreciate it. So thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And then with great news, there's also some tragic news that I have to share. Probably one of the worst parts of my job is when something like this happens, but one of our beloved employees passed away. And I'll share his photo. His name was Jimmy Emanuel. A lot of you have seen him around the area of Nosh. And he's a long-standing employee. If you've seen him, he's always smiling. He's one of the housemen, setting up rooms, making sure the common areas are clean. And it's really just a tragic loss for not just our housekeeping community, but our entire Newbridge community, because candidly, Jimmy, was a mainstay here at Newbridge. And I want to share with you all, this is Jimmy. He should look familiar to many of you. He's been working with us, or was working with us, for 14 years as part of the housekeeping team. Had a lot of deep relationships here. And this is really impacting us right now. And it's particularly impacting our core housekeeping team and some of the maintenance folks, because it was unexpected, it was tragic. And when you work at a place like Newbridge, you do it for love, and you become really close with the people you work with. And so when we have a tragic loss like this, it impacts all of us. And I share with the community, because you might see some of our employees are a little bit down right now. They just got a little extra on their shoulders right now. But together, I have no doubt in my mind whatsoever that they'll come through it, as they always do. But I just wanted to share that news with the community. I'm going to stop share, and I'm going to take a moment to open it up to the community for questions.
If you want to ask questions, please use the go to the bottom row where it says reactions or react, and click on the raise hand feature. Okay, Barbara.
Well, first, congratulations to Mark. Question is, where are we going to find him so we can harass him as much as we've done at the desk? Are you going to replace that? This is for Matt. Are you going to replace that position, or is Joe going to have to deal with all of that?
Great question, Barbara. So Mark will likely be in Jessica's office in the administration suite. And in terms of replacing the position, we haven't made it necessarily that far yet. As Mark's department, he's going to have the opportunity to look at everything and make the decisions that best fit for him and his vision.
Okay. Well, at any rate, I'm clapping for that job. No, thank you.
Sure, Barbara. Okay, I see one hand up.
Yes, Joan. I'll unmute you. Go ahead, Joan.
Thanks. I apologize. I had to excuse myself for a moment. And I missed the beginning of the part about the gentleman who I take it was an employee who it sounds like passed away. And as a new person, and again, forgive me if you said this and you have to repeat it, but I wondered if there was a fund for the family, if there is a family that is in need, because even as someone who's not there, I'd like to contribute.
Joan, that is lovely. Thank you. At this point, we don't have one set up. We're having some challenges connecting with the family. As soon as we know more, we'll identify if there's the ability for us to do that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Lovely.
Joan. Yes. All right, anyone else with questions? So if not, then I think we have a little time, and maybe Josh can tell us a little bit more about Passover.
Yeah, I'd be happy to. I'm just going to give a quick orientation of where you can find the information. You'll see in some bullet points that, if for any technical support, myself and Joe Zagalis will make ourselves available if a technical issue does come up when you're trying to find the information or register electronically for the Seders. I'm just going to start by sharing my screen. Can you see my screen okay, Faye?
Yes. No, I mean, I see the screen, but nothing has come up on it. Now it's on.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So here I am at the dining website. There are different ways to get to the dining website. Again, my recommendation is to save the nbocdine.org website address into your browser and create a shortcut. As you can see right here, there's a button labeled Passover 2025. That's the first place that you can find the information. If I were to click on that on the dining website, it's going to take me to first the dining preview, which kind of shows you the calendar of operational changes, including when Nosh will be closed for koshering, things of that nature. And as you scroll down, there are some links when you're ready to register for either Seder, and the menus are also here. If I were to click either of these links, they would take me right to the upcoming events where I can go to register electronically, including my meal selections. But I'm going to show you the other way you can navigate there. Many of you before have gone to the upcoming events. So if I go back to my homepage and I click on upcoming events, here on the dining website, it shows you all of the events that are upcoming. All right, we have Purim tonight, as everyone is aware. We have a brunch coming up this Sunday, which again is in Great Meadow Hall. We have the wine down on Monday, which Eileen mentioned, kitchen tour coming up. But here I would go to the Passover Seder. If I click on the Passover Seder here, it will take me to the menu first. There are some bullet points here. Open to Newbridge independent living and assisted living residents and their guests. Maximum seating 10 per table. Smaller parties may be grouped together in order to maximize seating. Select the number of tickets needed for your household only. If you're going to be joining other residents, there's a spot when you sign up to put in your seating preferences, but you should not be ordering meals or purchasing tickets for them. Only your household and your family members. Deadline to register is Friday, April 4th. But most importantly, once you've decided you're going to join the Seder, the first thing you need to do is just click the number of tickets you need, depending on the size of your household and if any family members are attending. I'm just a party of one, so I would select one ticket and I would click on Get Ticket. It's going to ask me for my personal information here. This is in case you're signing up for multiple household members. This will tell us which household members are having which meals. So I would just type in my name. I'm over here in the 5,000 building. And then I go through my meal selection. So I'm going to have, I'll do the soup. I definitely would do the beef brisket. You'll notice here, not on the menu, but if you have children that plan to attend, there is a kids grilled chicken. We ask that, those are for the children 12 and under. They'll still have their choice of super salad. But if they don't want to do the full meal, they'll have a smaller, simply grilled chicken breast with chef's choices of sides. I'm going to do the dessert. And then depending, I usually sit with my counterpart, Eileen. Hopefully she'll be signing herself up. And then I just click on Checkout Now. Sometimes it does take a moment to get to the next screen. So sometimes you just need a little bit of patience depending on the speed of your connection. Now, the reason I have to enter this again is because this is for the billing. So if I had multiple people I had just signed up, that's for the meal selections. This will determine where my confirmation and where the charges go to. So once I've entered my name and email address, I simply go down and click Place Order. Again, sometimes there's a moment lapse, so while it's working. And this is what you're looking for. And you should also still get an email confirmation, but this is what you're looking for is the checkout. Now, do not pay attention to the subtotal. Many of you have, questioned why it shows 0. Because this is applied to your monthly spend down, the system doesn't recognize that as a payment process. If I had put a payment amount, it would require that you settle with a credit card or form of PayPal payment. Because this will be applied to your spend down account, it will always show a 0 balance. But again, if you went back to the menu or the ordering process, it shows you based on your meal selections what you can anticipate being charged. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. I know I may have gone quickly. Faye, I'm happy to do another presentation next week as well if we feel it necessary. And I can certainly open it up to any questions while I'm still here.
Okay, do we have any questions? Anna Marcus.
Speaking.
Go
And
ahead.
I did not get the second page.
I didn't follow you.
While you were speaking, I just registered for one person, but it did not get to the payment page. I must have gone off too fast.
Possibly. Yeah, I don't know where in the process you stopped or went too quickly, Anna. Sometimes if all the information hasn't been filled out, it also won't go to the next step. Again, if you want to call me later or Joe for support to
I'll do that.
Yeah,
I'll
or
do-
simply stop by anytime as well. I thought I saw Bryna's hand go up as well. I wasn't sure, Faye.
Okay, I didn't see it. Bryna, did you want to say something? No?
Maybe, okay.
All right. So I guess that ends our meeting for today, unless somebody else wants to make a remark or ask a question. Okay, so thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, Faye. Well done.
Hey, nice job. Jerry would be proud.
Agreed.
Thank you.